Today we're checking out the new Galaxy S24 Plus. It's got a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display, up to 120Hz refresh rate, 2600 nits brightness, at 1440 by 3120 resolution, weighs in at about 196 grams. It's got the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. At least in the United States, the international version has the Exynos 2400. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM with either 256 or 512 gigabytes of storage. I went with the 512 gigabytes since it was a free upgrade. I went with the marble gray color. Actually looks really nice in person. Sort of a matte finish there on the back. Power and volume buttons there on the right hand side. Sort of a matte finish here on the metal going around the edges, which I kind of like better than on my Pixel 8 Pro, where it's real shiny. It's just a little bit harder to keep clean. SIM card tray there on the bottom, along with the speaker and charging port. You can see it's got that boxy edge to it, very similar to the Galaxy A54 and the S23 FE. I usually go with the brighter colors. This time I thought I would try marble gray. This one definitely looks really nice in person. Just for a quick size comparison, here it is next to the S23 FE and the A54 5G. It's actually really close in style and size to both of these. It's just a hair smaller than my Pixel 8 Pro. I believe the S24 series and the new Pixel 8 series are the first phones with 7 years of software updates. Sort of crazy to think about. I doubt that many people will keep their phones that long, but that's going to be great if you need to sell it or give it away later on, since there'll be plenty of life left on it. Fairly uniform bezels all the way around, almost looks smaller on the bottom than on the other three sides. When setting up, you've got face unlock, fingerprint, PIN, password, and pattern. Also, it looks like you have a couple options here with the fingerprint. You can have the fingerprint on always, even when the screen's not on. You can also turn the animation on and off for when you're unlocking. You've also got show icon when the screen is off. And then of course you've got light or dark mode. Pretty nice wallpaper. You can see they're matching the marble gray color. Not a huge surprise here, but the screen quality on this looks really nice. I don't think this has the anti-reflective display on it like the Ultra version. But I did get an anti-reflective screen protector, so I might have to try that out. I'm kind of surprised that they're doing 3-button navigation by default, but of course you can go into settings and change it to swipe gestures if you prefer that. Probably the first thing you're gonna notice is the notification shade looks a little different. Your screen brightness there in the middle, right above dark mode and eye comfort shield. You've got smart view and device control, and then a lot of your basic things like sound, auto rotate, airplane mode, flashlight, mobile data, mobile hotspot, power saving, location, link to Windows, screen recorder, quick share, and this one also has Samsung DeX, do not disturb, scan QR code, modes, interpreter, and multi-control. You can also see Wi-Fi and Bluetooth up there at the top. Nice thing is you can modify which shortcuts are up here at the top, and you can modify this layout here as well. Also a nice feature, you can drag here from the corner if you want to see all of this without swiping down twice. You can also turn off the device control and media output buttons as well. Then of course you've got more stuff you can add down here, like camera and microphone access, take screenshot, extra dim, high contrast, color inversion, color filter, NFC, secure Wi-Fi, color correction, live caption, always on display, live transcribe, secure folder and Dolby Atmos, kids, battery protection, performance profile, call and text on other devices, secure folder, so quite a few things to add there. Looks like most of the typical apps that you get on Samsung devices, some from Google, a few from Microsoft, a handful from Samsung. They also add some extras like Netflix, Spotify, Facebook. You also have the choice of Google Discover or Samsung News left of the home screen. I've always liked how they add a little motion to the lock screen. I can tell already the fingerprint scanner on this probably going to be better than my Pixel 8 Pro. You can see the wallpaper choices are somewhat similar, just different colors, some are a little darker. And then of course you've got a lot of other wallpapers to choose from. A lot of these are the same ones as other Samsung devices. You can also customize the home button to access the Google Assistant by swiping at the corners or just tap and hold. It's only using about 5% of the 512 gigabytes of storage, so I think I'll be good for at least a little while. You've also got the edge panel over here on the side. That looks pretty much the same as before. It's got a 4,900 milliamp hour battery. It's got up to 45 watt wired charging, 15 watts for wireless. You also have wireless power share on here, which is nice if you need to charge accessories or another phone on the back. I also ran my typical battery drain test, and I'm not sure if it's because the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, but this thing has some of the best battery life that I've seen on a phone so far, lasting over 17 hours before dying at 100% screen brightness. I think that's even better than my S23 Ultra, which has a larger battery. We'll see how it holds up over time, but yeah, that's crazy good. Of course, just like what seems like every year Samsung comes out with a new phone, they're usually leading the way in performance. As you can see here by the Geekbench scores, I feel like these numbers might even be higher than some iPhones. So if you're wanting a phone with the best performance out there, you'll definitely want to consider this one for gaming, multitasking, and then of course plenty of power if you want to run Samsung DeX. The speakers on here actually sound really nice, especially if you turn Dolby Atmos on. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. You can see it's got the triple camera setup on the back with a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, 10 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel wide angle on the front. Inside the camera app, you've got portrait, photo, video, quite a bit of stuff under more. Expert RAW, Pro Video, Night, Food, Panorama, Slow Motion, Hyperlapse, Portrait Video, Dual Record, and Single Take. And as you can see, several options for video recording, up to 8K 30 frames per second. Definitely feels like they've improved the shutter speed on here. I don't think it's going to be a huge surprise. It's definitely going to be one of the best for photo and video quality. Here's a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. The main reason I picked the Plus version is because I like the bigger screen for watching videos, but it's going to be lighter than the Ultra version, and it's nice to have a bigger battery than the regular S24. It would be nice if it had an S Pen, but not really a deal breaker. As far as camera quality goes, this seems pretty good overall. The shutter speed definitely feels faster than some of the other Samsung phones I've used. The cameras on here are probably pretty close to my Pixel 8 or Pixel 8 Pro. I'll probably have to do a comparison. Definitely feels like flagship quality, even if this isn't the Ultra version. But hopefully this gave you a little closer look at the new S24 Plus from Samsung. I'll definitely have to test this out some more and probably do some comparisons as well. So you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. But first, I need to find out which are the best cases. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.